Hello friends, how are you doing? In the video of today, we will speak about immigration to Portugal, and we will be speaking specifically about employed worker immigration to Portugal. But before we start, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any inquiry or question, please write it below in the comment section and I will respond to you back in 24 hours. Alright, so the best source of information we can get is from the official site of the European Union, speaking about the conditions. We are speaking that if you are intending to immigrate to Portugal and you are planning to stay more than 90 days, so you must obtain a residence visa, and the residence visa does not automatically guarantee to the right of residence, because once you get into Portugal, you will need a residence permit. So speaking about the procedures, there are many types of visa. We don't need to speak about the temporary stay visa, but basically as an employed worker, the first thing you will need is the work contract. This is your responsibility to find a work contract by applying online on a job for a job in Portugal, or to find someone in Portugal who can afford you a job inside the country. And this person, to afford you a job and to get you a contract, first he has to consult the labor office or the labor ministry in Portugal, first to check if they can find a person inside the Portugal who can do this job or not. But if they can't find a European worker or non-European worker who already live in Portugal, then he will be able to send you the work contract. And once he sends you the work contract, once you have a contract or promise of contract, you can apply for a residence visa at the embassy or consulate or consulate in your country of origin residence. There are some required documents, like, as we said, the signed work contract or the promise of work contract, and all your qualifications, competencies, and expertise for this job that you are going to take. And also you are required to have your personal passport, and you must also prove sufficient means of substances, travel insurance, and return ticket in case you will leave the job. Like, you have to prove that once you leave the job, or your residence visa will be revoked for any reasons, you will be able to return back to your country. So the duration or the validity of the visa, it will allow you to stay in Portugal for 4 months, so that you can submit an application for a residence permit. And here they are telling you where to apply for the residence permit. You can apply for a residence permit, a temporary residence permit, in an office document. The residence is an office document issued by SEF, which allows you to live in Portugal for a specific period of time. And you have to apply it, to do your application in the SEF office in your area of residence. You will need to take your passport with you, your valid residence visa, the evidence of sufficient means, evidence that you have adequate communication, permission for SEF to check Portuguese criminal record, and all the supporting documents. So you will take all the documents, and the validity of the temporary residence permit will be valid for only 1 year. For the first year to be only 1 year, but you can after that it is renewable. You can renew it easily after that, and you have the right to appeal in case anything get wrong or you get a refusal. You also have some rights inside the country of Portugal, like the change of status. For example, if you are a holder of a temporary residence permit for exercising a professional activity, you may be authorized to perform a self-employed activity if you obtain the necessary permissions from the relevant Portuguese authorities. Of course, also, if you became unemployed, in the unemployment case, if you lose your job, you will need to prove sufficient means of substances in order to renew your residence permit. And you also get the right for long-term residence in Portugal. So if you live inside the country of Portugal for after 5 years of continuous and legal residence, you can obtain a long-term residence permit, of course, after you submit many papers that prove that you have a sufficient and stable sources to support yourself, adequate accommodation, health insurance coverage, and fluent knowledge of Portuguese language. I will leave you this link to check all the conditions. Thank you for watching this video and see you in the next video.